Welcome, Jedi Masters, to the strategy guide on how to defeat one of the toughest bosses in the entire game. Respawn of Oggdo and
his father, Bogdo.
It is one of the toughest challenges I've ever faced in any gaming situation, and it is definitely one that will push you to your maximum gaming limits. Your inputs will have to be crisp, precise. Your strategic development of how to go about this will also have to be very in-depth and understood. It's going to take a lot of failure to overcome this duo and to learn the proper sequences. I can help alleviate some of this burden by giving you specific moves to look out for and the strategy on how I went about defeating them. First, we're going to talk about the loadout, so let's get into that. So for your loadout, you're going to want to go over to one of these meditation bays, and you're going to want to choose the blaster and the crossguard stance. And then we'll go into specifics about what abilities you'll need for each stance, and then we'll go into strategy. So for your crossguard stance, you're going to need this lightsaber throw. It is essentially where you are able to throw the crossguard lightsaber at
Oggdo and Bogdo.
It is very useful for when you're dodging, and it leaves an opening slightly, as you see here, which allows you to get extra damage in an otherwise very difficult situation. The second crossguard skill you'll need is Rending Strike. Simply hold the hit button for a single high damage swing. It'll allow you to get good damage and then quickly escape. Another way you can also get quick damage is with the crossguard. Simply evade, come back in, and swing real quick for a nice hit. Just tap X or square while you're still in the air. Now for the blaster stance, you're only going to be utilizing the lunging strike in this strategy guide. So you're going to simply hold triangle or Y for a single fast thrust attack that will allow you to get good counter damage as Oggdo and Bogdo make their attacks. Alright, so those are the majority of the skills you'll be utilizing to defeat Oggdo and Bogdo with this strategy guide. Just wanted to say that this is a highly skillful strategy guide. It's not meant to be as a sort of cheese or any way to defeat them quickly. This is designed to push you to your maximum gaming abilities and to really reach your full potential and to really improve upon your abilities. After you get fluid with this, you will be a much better Jedi in general at evading, moving, striking, knowing how to fight better. This will make you learn the proper moves, the proper attacking sequences, and overall just a top tier Jedi. So I recommend completing the fight like this and learning how to fight like this because you will learn so much. Anyways, let's go into now the strategy on how to defeat them. We'll go over the first level and then level 2. So for level 1, the bosses have a certain set of moves that you may or may not be aware of. As they reduce their health, they go into level 2, where they become extremely dangerous, tougher to predict, and they increase their overall damage. They just become menaces. So it's important to know what happens during level 1 and what happens during level 2. So the moves to look out for during level 1 are going to be as follows. This is one of the most dangerous moves to look out for. To evade it, you're going to have to jump back and to the right, just out of range. So that's why you have to constantly check your range and make sure that you're within evading distance, because if you get hit with that charge up move, it's one hit and it's over. So the best way to get used to it is to listen to the audio. At a certain point during the audio, you'll know when to jump back and escape. And also, be mindful of how close you are after each hit. If you're staying right next to them, they're going to do a charge up retaliation and they're going to hit you every time. So just always be mindful of your spacing after each hit. And to show you an example of why it's so important, look at this charge right here. I go for the strike and he immediately charges up and goes for a restrike. So that's why it's so important to maintain good distance after each hit and kind of stay within 2 lightsabers lengths, because they will counter strike after every hit that you get on them, and they'll do it pretty dang quickly. So always make sure you're getting out of there. You're getting in and you're getting out like a dang boxer. You have to be really quick with your strikes, hit them, and then get out. So the best way to evade that is to definitely not try to block that, because it's going to hurt a lot, and that will mathematically put you at a disadvantage for later stages during the fight. It's a very long fight, and it'll come down to the wire no matter what. It'll be very sweaty, very tough. So always maintain good, proper fighting habits. Hit once and then get out of there. Do not get greedy. Do not overextend. Hit once and literally start backpedaling and evading, and get ready to press the B button. You can hit and then evade, or you can hit, jump, and then evade. Those are the two sequences you'll need to be good at. And I'm showing you these clips so you can see how it all fits together once you get good at that sequence. This pattern right here is one of the only times where you can afford to get a double jump and safely evade. Memorize this pattern: a double chomp, you hit him, he'll charge, retaliate, strike, you dodge, hit him again, jump up, and evade because the other guy's coming in for a hit. Move 3 is the charge up tongue grab. Usually he'll do a double chomp and then he'll try to grab you with his tongue. The same way you evade most of the other attacks that we've just discussed, to evade to the right, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Just slightly out of range will make sure that you escape this one hit kill. If you get hit by that tongue, it's game over. So that's why it's always mindful. You don't have to memorize anything complex, just always make sure you have proper spacing, and you should be able to evade the charge up tongue grab. If you are within too close a range, he'll be able to take you out with the tongue grab, so just always be mindful of your range once again. So this is where you're going to be doing the most of your damage. It's going to be right after the regular double chomps. These are one of the only attacks which give you enough time to counter strike. Always be ready to evade after you land your lunging strike. To do your lunging strike, simply hold triangle when he gets in range and then get ready to evade. Notice how I play pretty close position, slightly out of range of his second double chomp, and then I'm able to counter strike with my lunging strike. This is the position you should be trying to reach each time he does the double chomp. So usually the bosses will transition to stage 2 moveset after you delete around 1/4 of their health. So 1/4 of their health will be gone, and then they'll transition to these new moves. This is stage 2, move number 1. It is the charge up slam. So he'll be able to leap almost full diameter of the entire circle to reach out to get you. As you see right here, it can be very dangerous, and there is shockwave damage that you also must avoid. To evade, simply wait for the timing, double jump, and then evade. So this is stage 2, move 2. It is basically the lava puke. When you get too close to him, he'll do this as a zoning method to make sure that you have to retreat so you can't consecutively hit him. As again, stay close to the strategy that you've been learning up to this point, and you should be able to dodge it effectively and on time. Now stage 2, move 3 is the quadruple chomp. Note that you can block the double chomp and the quadruple chomp. This is one of the most toughest things in stage 2, is to accurately guess if it's a double chomp or a quadruple chomp, because if you guess wrong, that quadruple chomp is pretty much going to end the entire game. So this is the move. It's a quadruple chomp, and in order to effectively dodge it, you're going to have to just kind of guesstimate based on the prior move sequences that he has made if it's going to be a double chomp or a quadruple chomp. It's very tough, as you see here, to guess correctly, so play it safe. Try to find another move that gives you an opening to hit him and utilize your abilities, because it is very tough to guess the quadruple chomp. So one of the openings that you can get is right after this move right here, or when he misses a charge up lunge, you can do an aerial attack, come back in and swipe him. Alright, now that this is completed, let's talk into live game strategy. This is my full gameplay where I defeated this terrifying and legendary duo. I start off by emptying the entire clip of the blaster. Now, I'm going to start throwing my lightsaber pretty soon to get as much damage as possible. Note that that charge up is actually a 2-hit kill, but it does 75% health damage if you get hit by it. So just keep note of that. I know I said it was 1-hit kill, but only the tongue is a 1-hit kill. That's actually a 2-hit kill. The charge up right here is a 2-hit kill. So my mistake on that earlier. Anyways, let's get back to strategy. So I'm just strafing backwards, kind of keeping them in a circle, fighting only one at a time because I don't want them to go into stage 2, dodging the moves effectively, looking for an opening, and essentially finding the opening after the charge attack and then getting out of range. Constantly baiting them into range so I can make them do their charge up attack so I can counter strike them, and then making sure I get out of range. I'm trying to keep the one that I want to fight in front of the other. So it's a delicate dance you have to do to make sure that you're corralling them like cattle correctly. You have to keep them in front like you're a sheepdog, and make sure that the one that you're fighting is constantly in front of the other, and always checking on the second one to make sure he's not up to something sneaky and he's not going to interfere with positioning. It's a very, very delicate balance to make sure that you're baiting them correctly, and the one on the right is not in position for a good counterattack, and you can kind of body block like I just did there. So I'm getting one hit and I'm getting out. I pretty much know when to counterattack, like here, dodge, hit, jump, and dodge out, because that guy's coming for an attack and this guy's charging up another attack. So it's very, very critical on timing and to evade as soon as you get that hit, right? Boom. And I dodge back to the right and I'm out, and I'm coming back looking for the first one that I'm trying to defeat again, being mindful that this is stage 2 and being prepared from all the training that you should know and you should have memorized and you should have down fluently by now. You should know stage 1 and stage 2 moves. So here is the sequence, making sure that the second boss is not going into stage 2 and just keeping this in front of me, playing it safe, running some cardio, staying out of range, just running around, trying to keep a cool head, trying to stay relaxed, staying back, dodging, looking for the double, looking for the swipe, hitting the double, getting out of range. So essentially that's what you're going to have to be doing this entire time, and that's what I'm going to do throughout the whole second fight. So once the second one drops off, I'm going to start implementing more of my lightsaber throws during the initial beginning sequence again. As you see right here, I'm using that lightsaber force that I built up from those hits to finish off the last Oggdo. And when you time it correctly, this first one will drop off the map. Like right there, I almost got caught. You got to be very careful of those corners. So avoiding the shockwave, avoiding the stage 2, avoiding the charge up, staying out of good range, waiting, baiting, waiting for the attack, looking for an opening, miscalculated it, and I looked at the other position and I was like, it's not worth it, it's too risky. I only got 2 stems left, making sure I have about 2 stems going into the last battle is the ideal goal. And then just ideally, you know, looking for the opportunity. Dodging, strafing, positioning, opportunity. Get the that Oggdo is now completed. I initially, you know, go back to the beginning strategy. Firing any bolt shots that I have from my blaster stance, switching to my cross guard, and just wasting the entire force on lightsaber throws. Because those force is going to be built up through the next sequences. So now I switch back to my blaster stance and I'm strafing. I'm moving around, trying to get him into bad positioning, trying to make him lunge, and then I get that opening attack. If I get any bolt built up, I'm going to fire it to slowly but surely chip away at the damage. Boom. Getting ready for the counterattack immediately and getting out of range, expecting the stage 2 lava puke. Staying in good range. This is a move he'll do. It's not an attack, it's just an evade and reposition. So now I'm looking for the quadruple chomp. I'm getting really sweaty, getting really worried, trying to maintain good force throws, trying to maintain good metrics all around, and trying to bait him into an attack, looking for an opening aerial attack if it presents itself. If not, I'm not too worried, I'm not too stressed about it. It can go away, you know. And get that bolt shot, get that dodge, looking for an opening. I decided it wasn't good enough, so then I get my stim just to go into this last sequence, just to kind of alleviate the pressure a little bit, and then I back up, hit that shot, and evade. Boom. Again, expecting the puke, know how to dodge, and then I get my blaster shot in. Again, trying to bait him, evade. Now I know I got to evade out of that. Just muscle memory at this point. Just slowly but surely chipping away, trying not to get too stressed out. Utilize the force when it presents itself for the lightsaber throw. Backing out, blocking right here. This block saved me. Sometimes you gotta block. If you have no other option, just hold block, try to minimize the damage. Right here, getting out of range because that thing is extremely long. Just running, sprinting, right? Getting the opportunities again when they present themselves, running, sprinting, dodging, waiting for it, using the double jump, evade, getting out of range, waiting for the quadruple. I'm running around mainly focused and worried about the quadruple chomp. I don't really care about the double chomp opening anymore. I'm worried about that quadruple chomp. Right here, I misjudged it, got a little bit too impatient, and I paid for it. So now I'm utilizing the full force that just charged up just for an extra hit. Nothing too special. And now I'm just going back to the basics, running around, staying alive, cardio minded, mind state of the cardio. And going in for the quick attack when the opportunity presents itself. Make sure I get it out of there, because that is a one-hit kill and that will ruin 7 minutes of good gameplay. Now I got my force again. I'm throwing the lightsaber, backing out, maintaining good distance, waiting for that charge. Do I want that? No, it's too risky, and I don't really feel like going for a quadruple chomp, because if you get caught in that, it's pretty much game over. It's 4 good hits and you can't evade. You're stuck in it, and it's just not good. So just wait for an opportunity, wait for it to present itself. Boom, there it is. Got another opportunity. He's gonna jump in. I'm gonna look for another shot. I don't see it there, so I'm gonna stay out, stay back, play safe. Let's play safe, wait for that opportunity. I'm kind of hesitant. You should be hesitant. It's quadruple chomp territory, right? So essentially, stay hesitant in this last in-game sequence. Wait for the quadruple chomp is essentially what I'm doing. I get a bolt shot, boom, and I finish it off. I hope this guide helps you a lot. If it did, make sure to subscribe for more helpful guides in the future. Thank you so much for all the support, and I hope this helped you defeat this nearly impossible
Bogdo and the spawn of Oggdo.
Thank you. Have a great night, have a great day, and may the force be with you. And for some bonus content, here's the full fight without my audio commentary over it. Enjoy the show.